Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. We're playing the Planetary Supremacy mode as the Blood Angels. Turn is done. We've got our army reinforced. We have advanced up here, grabbing some tiles, gave my army some additional size. We are adjacent to the Necron base, which is an interesting thing that we might be able to take advantage of. We'll see how that goes as the Necrons are about to take their turn. We've done our two actions. Tyranids will take their actions. Necrons will take their actions. We'll see what happens. I might get attacked here. I'm not sure how that'll play out now because there have been some changes to this mode. There are some territories here that will give me additional points for my army. It's like this one's worth 100, this one's worth 100, this one's worth 200. So I'm tempted, one of two things. If we get attacked by the Necrons, if I can defeat their army without taking too many losses, we could try to knock them out of the war. Well, the campaign. If not, we might take a beeline, because we might be able to auto-resolve this fight, the size of my army, and then we can try to take this one for 200 additional points. This would be 300 total additional points to my army, which would be kind of cool. The way it worked before was once somebody grabbed a tile, even if you took it back away from them, you didn't gain the advantage. That might just be for the point value ones. It might not factor for these, where like this gives me there's a -1 requisition cooldown, there's a munitions depot here. That will probably change hands, I would assume. But the point value thing, once I've conquered a territory, I think is just gone. And this I don't know what's there. It's probably another one of these munition depots things. Yeah, so we'll see what the enemies do. I might get attacked and have to defend myself. Let's see how it goes. We are done. We've done all our actions. I do have a lot of points for the HQ that we could potentially upgrade to unlock some more stuff, which also might be good. But yeah, it depends on how long we want to push it. We could grab, next turn, 300 additional points to the army, and then upgrade HQ, and then next turn reinforce to full strength, and then try to go for a kill somewhere or something. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I might get attacked by the Necrons here. Okay, hopefully they don't go for the 200-point one as well. Okay, they're reinforced instead. Good, 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 good. Are you going to attack me? Not yet. Okay, they didn't take many losses. Okay, they've grabbed a couple 100-pointers, I think there, or was that a 200-point up there? That might have been a 200-point there. So you're at 2,000, but you're down to 1,300. I could actually make a play here to kill the Necrons. I think we should. They didn't come after me, but if they reinforce, they're going to be really nasty. So if they're only at 1,300 points and I'm at 1,900, I've got a pretty good advantage. So I think I should go for just knocking them out of the contest now. That does mean that probably the Tyranids next time will get this 200-point territory, because I can't get to it. I won't have enough actions. I really don't want that to happen. I don't really get anything for taking out the Necrons. I just kill them off as one of the factions. I may not have another opportunity this good, because they did take quite a bit of damage. At first it was only like 16, and then it dropped to like 13, so I think the extra fight there. But yeah, I really want to kill off the Necrons, but I also really don't want the Tyranids getting 200 additional points for their army. I mean, if they take it, worst case scenario, I can grab these two that are 100 and reinforce my army up an additional 200 points there, which would kind of counter that. So I would be at 21, they'd be at 21. But then they could also take this for 100 and be at 22. What's back here? We don't know. Yeah, it's a really good opportunity to kill the Necrons. Alright, let's try to kill the Necrons off. Oh, it's going to reinforce their army because I'm attacking them. That's kind of stupid. So it's not quite as good. 1,500 points. So they get an additional 200 points to defend their base. Maybe that's something you get as a standard thing. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Let's see if we can leapfrog these two. Can I do this as an auto? No, it's not actually going to let me. It's only 750 points. It should be a complete walkover. So if we do that, we take this, and then we take this. I can't see how big the army is there. We should be able to walk through this without too many losses. Then we take this on. I'll be in a slightly weakened state at that point, because I might lose a unit or two here and there. I think we could probably take the Necrons. I just don't want the Tyranids to end up being like super strong as a result, because they could grab 300 additional points for their army this next turn. It's a hard call. I know I'm hesitating and hemming and hawing too much. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my original plan. We'll grab the 300 points this turn, and we'll see what happens after that. The Tyranids are in a kind of a bad spot. I could potentially go for them after grabbing this 100. If I don't lose anything. Yeah, 100 extra points doesn't make too much of a difference until I reinforce, and I probably won't reinforce super soon. Getting HQ upgrades might be more important. But doing fights will give me points we can use for the HQ upgrades. So there's that. Yeah, last time we did this, I knocked one of the factions out pretty early, and then it wasn't too bad after that. I'm not sure how bad it's going to be in this instance, but we'll see. Like I said, we could still try to go for the kill. It is very, very dusty. Alright. That's pretty cool. Nice desert. Yeah, the maps have definitely been redone for this mode, which is really nice. The maps are much, much, much better. They were super crowded and full of crap last time. Alright, let's get you guys kind of out of the way for the moment. Got 2 land speeders, we can keep you guys out on the flanks. We want aggressors and dreadnought up front for my other aggressors. Put them kind of in this gap to kind of move forward. We'll put... How many regular intercessors do I have? I know I still have 3 assault marines. We're up to 3 plasma guns, which is a big improvement. So we'll get intercessors sort of out in the lead. Keep the plasma guns spread out, but also sort of back and protected a little bit. Okay, so then we can slot in, let's say, the Tech Marine with the Dreadnought. You can stay there, that's fine. We'll put you up. Sanguinary Priest will kind of hang out towards the center. Keep the Lieutenant with the assault squads. I think we'll probably shift left here a little bit, so maybe we'll go that direction. So we'll do kind of a weird lopsided deployment.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
So the ideal thing here is take this out without losing anybody. There have been enemies deployed in my flanks, pretty much all of the last few. What is this? I think that's just like spires and stuff. Right? I think it's these weird towers. So I think I should probably check the flanks. Land speeders, we can kind of do that with, I guess.
Got it.
So let me just take a look. Out on the flanks. Yep, we've got contact. Okay, 2 units. I've got a couple points of movement left. What's my optimal range on these guys? 4. So I could move in, get a good shot, back off. We already have a decent shot. Do we have stuff on the other flank too?
Landspeeder crew awaiting orders.
I'm
Got
hoping
it.
not, but you never know.
With speed.
Okay, I don't see anything here, so I'm going to kind of back off a bit. But I am going to do an overwatch that direction.
Overwatch zone established.
Kind of keeping an eye on the flanks. Yeah, so there's often been stuff deployed. I'm not sure if it's intentional. You'd think that they would be deployed kind of on the opposite side of the map, but they often do have units in the flanks and stuff here, it seems like. Well, my assault squads don't really have cover to advance under.
We fight and we die for the Imperium. Moving!
But we can bring you guys up. Take some pot shots. It's not terrible. We're out of grenade range, so...
Engaging the enemy!
Soften them up a bit. If we can do that and then get a good hit with the land speeder, the heavy bolter will, I think, focus on one target till it's dead and then move on to the next.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Those big guns. We'll try to come out a little wide to have an unblocked shot. 60%.
Target acquired.
Should be quite good. Missing a lot. Okay, a couple of them almost dead. I have taken a few out. Should we go ahead and just light them up with the bolter?
On the move.
Yeah, let's see if we can just gun them down.
Firing on the enemy.
And one gets back up. Always the way with the Necrons. You have to kill them like 3 times to actually kill them.
With speed.
Can anybody else get over? Not really. We could maybe jump close enough to get a shot or something off. Yeah, I mean, I can jump close enough to get some pistol shots off and kill him. But then my lieutenant's stuck out in front by himself. It's a very aggressive thing to do. I don't think it's worth it, because the Tomb Blades there will kind of rip us up. Let's check out
Ready to strike.
our front.
Affirmative. Confirmed.
Just looking. Taking this nice and slow. Okay, we've got some warriors out there. So frag cannon, decent range. That'll be probably quite good against Necron regular troops. Up close, we're going to be much better. Range, we just have the Storm Bolter, which isn't fantastic. It's the optimal on this 2. Can't shoot further.
Kill zone set.
Set up a little bit. I can't really help out there. I mean, I could put a crappy Overwatch. The Tomb Blades are going to want to get a little closer. I think their optimal's 3 or 4. So, but they might only want to hang out and shoot and then run away. So I don't think moving these short-range guys up is going to help much in that area.
With strength.
So we'll kind of head up this way, take a look around. We've got our grenades. Anything too far out.
Pass.
We've got our fists for anything that wants to come in close, so these guys should be able to handle themselves. Mostly. Except the Necrons are much longer range. So that is a bit of a weakness. How far over can we get? From here... Yeah, you're not going to have a shot over there. That's too bad. I could set up some more Overwatches to the flank. I just don't know if there's anything there. There could be some more stuff. I don't know if I can see through here. Yeah, looks like we can. Alright, we'll just take this position.
Overwatch.
Just kind of checking the edge.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Can move up, but I don't want to move up too close. If I can find cover, I'll take it. So maybe we should take this position. It does open me up to getting lit up here a bit. There could be some more stuff off on that right side. I don't like you standing out in the open, particularly. So... yeah, we'll keep a lookout to the side here. Or do we just go straight out? Let's go straight out, looking that way. You guys...
For the Imperium!
hide here, and we'll drop an Overwatch further out. 4 is optimal. We can go a little further, maybe.
Overwatch set.
We're not going to get a good shot off because we've got guys in the way and a broken pillar and stuff. So no matter what, our shots there are going to suck.
Hellblasters awaiting target.
These guys do have longer range, but I don't think we can get close enough.
We can handle it.
Let's see if we can get in range to maybe pick off this warrior unit. 36%. If we could land some shots, give it a try. Well, we hurt him. Disappointing, I can't quite finish him off. If we could land maybe 1 or 2 more shots, I
We
would
can
have finished
handle
him.
it.
And he's already resurrected, so I don't think he can resurrect again. Like I said, we could jump in with a lieutenant. That's kind of crazy.
Bring me your broken and your outworn,
Start
and
with just
I
the
will
repair.
repair them anew.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have
On my
you
way.
hide behind him.
I'll keep an eye out. The blood waits.
And
My
we'll
duty is service.
get some cover here. Hang out with these guys.
They will fear to tread close.
Alright, assault squad. We could try to rush left. It opens me up to getting shot up a bunch. Assault squads can't quite take as much damage. They've got less health.
There can only be victory.
And moving up and pistol overwatching isn't really going to do me a lot of good either because of the range being so short.
On my honor.
Come up here, at least some cover from that direction. Okay.
I await their
And
mistake.
just keep an eye out. I kind of like to save the jump jets
Assault Marines ready.
for when we're actually going to jump in and attack targets. But I don't really have that luxury. We could hang out behind some other units maybe and use them as protection
For Sanguinius.
just to get closer.
They will regret coming this close.
Don't think they will come
Yes.
close, but you know, we'll give it a shot.
We are the Bloodblades of Skyfall.
Right, and you can go up there. Yeah, too bad we couldn't wipe out that squad. We just got unlucky with the shots. Landed just a few more shots, it would have done it. That is everybody. We've got a few Overwatches, but they're all really short range, so probably won't even matter. See if we see any indications where other units might be, maybe on the flanks. Well, they're coming kind of close. Oh, they're coming very close. I got some pistol shots, just not going to do much. Why they're coming in that close? Do you want to shoot somebody further back, I guess? They're just scouting my force? I don't know what they're doing. They overwatched. That's bizarre. Okay, sure. I'm fine with that. And walked into some overwatches. Hey, wiped them. They gonna get up? Yeah. I think when they do that on an attack, I think that doesn't allow them to get an action if everybody dies.
Impedance acknowledged.
Nope, I was wrong. I hadn't seen them do that before, if they get all wiped out by overwatches and then they get up. But, yeah, I guess it's thematic for the Necrons. Wait, they just shot me twice. Right? And they hit me again. What? What's going on? That was 3 times. Something's weird is happening. And again. Okay, I think we've got a bit of an issue there. How much damage did we take? 8. No, 18. Yeah, so it did actually shoot me multiple times there. That's really weird. It's like the dead shot me. It just staggered it and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. So no indications on the flanks. We still have you, but we've got these idiots as well. So, I mean, I am going to get shot if we move. You probably have a decent shot as it is. Well, except this guy's standing in the way. 54, 50.
Fire support.
50. So we have some crummy shots if I don't move. I could take a bunch of pistol shots, I'm just not sure how effective that would be. They are a little banged up. Wonder if I could sneak these guys in behind. Nah, if we jump, we're going to jump this way. That'll set it off. I'm sure.
Plasma fire support ready.
Okay, let's take a shot from here, even though it's not great. Okay, got one. The other 2 are hurt. So really, yeah, potentially pistol fire could actually work pretty well here. I think his pistol's
My
better
vengeance will be final.
than the other pistols. Like he's got a master crafted one or something.
My vengeance will be final.
Okay. That's 2 down. Yeah, let's just shoot it.
They shall know death.
Not terrible.
We are the lords of the assault doctrine.
Yeah, Overwatch doesn't trigger on us shooting at them, just if we move. So we can just shoot for free. That's totally fine. So I think we're at optimal. It's kind of overkill. Might want to save it in case there's other stuff around, though. We've got you guys, so we could just move you in for the kill.
For the Emperor.
See if he gets back up. Nope, okay. Let me take a little bit of a look out on the flank still. Get behind the rock. Alright, it's looking mostly clear. There's a little bit of map. I think there's one more square there, so that should be totally clear. That should be fine. So we can go exploring. You guys, we've saved your shot, so we're gonna move in. If we don't see anything, we'll overwatch ahead. Turn to look. Okay.
Overwatch set.
Set it for optimal. tuck him in. Let's
With haste.
grab some more cover. There's got to be enemies
my
ahead
honor.
somewhere. We just have to find them.
With speed.
Creep up. I don't want to really go too far.
Got it.
But yeah, we'll stay here. Set that up. Can't quite get up there. We'll just move in. So the assault squads have been saved, so that we can
On our way.
try to get them close to get some kills later. Saving my jump packs as well. We've got an Overwatch here. We'll just set it just because it's not really going to matter.
Fire support.
Shot already. We'll hang out behind these guys.
For the Imperium.
So we do have a minor target. How far out on this side? So there's a decent amount here that we haven't seen on this flank, so I am going to creep in and see if we spot anything.
With speed.
So that gets me, that's got to be the edge. No, there's actually like 3 or 4 more spaces. Okay, I haven't seen anything there. I think we're okay. So I'll set the Overwatch ahead. Go a little further. I don't think we're going to see anything, but you never know. Let's do a repair.
Aye. We'll have you back up in no time.
Okay, who wants to kill some Necrons?
Your orders.
We're already at optimal. Just gun them down. Okay, they didn't get up. I think I'll leave you here.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Can move through.
Affirmative. Moving.
Grab some cover. A little concerned about the size of the map out to the right. There could be some stuff hiding out that way. So I'm actually going to Overwatch out that way.
Overwatch.
And then you can Overwatch straight ahead.
Overwatch set.
Go out a little further than optimal, but that should be okay. No regular guys are hurt here. We could get behind this, so sure, we can do that. We'll use this as cover.
For the Emperor.
And then you can take the pillar. And we can bring him in as well. I don't think straight ahead's really going to matter too much. I'll kind of check the side.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Just set up Overwatches out of habit. Alright, now we can move in.
The defense of
as
Angelicum stands with you.
going to creep on up. I would
Affirmative.
like these guys in the front, so being a little bit ahead of them is fine.
Always ready. Always vigilant.
Nothing.
Forward.
Nothing. No indications of anything. We're a little far ahead here. We could maybe go up one more space, but I wouldn't want to push it more than that.
Ready to strike.
Yeah, not seeing anything, so let's just Overwatch. I don't feel comfortable moving any further than that.
Always ready, always vigilant.
Kill
Yeah,
zone
this
set.
is fine. Keep the Tech Marine hiding
As
behind
you
the
say.
Dreadnought. Okay, that's everybody's actions. Yeah, I think we're doing all right, although we're kind of out of position with the land speeder. The speed will let me move in there pretty quickly, and over here, I think we've got the flank secured, so we can just kind of advance and see what else we see.
More targets are coming.
Yeah, that's pretty far back. Yeah, at this level, there weren't a lot of points, so on the Necron side, so probably we'll have to kill everything. The larger forces can just kill a certain amount, and then they give up, and you win. But at this point, I think it's all or nothing. So the flank is good here. So creep up a bit. Yeah, we can go a little further.
Need a scout?
Let's take a look. That looks like a good area, potentially. Be like here for them to be at. Would kind of make sense. Got movement. What else do we have? This is so weird to me that this takes an action point, but I guess, sure, whatever. Extra movement and awareness. And an action point for the evasion. I don't think the evasion really helps you that much, though, honestly. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm actually going to pull back for now. Just set up our overwatches. We go a little further with
Overwatch
them.
set. Battle line squad ready.
Same with them. We'll go a little further than what's optimal. Alright, so we have assault squads. Got another plasma gunner there. Yeah, I'm just going to run on in. We're not seeing anything. So we're just going to keep advancing. We'll have them up front to kind of
Fire
protect
support.
the plasma guns. Yeah, I'll go one past optimal range is okay.
Close combat support.
You will shift over. I'd like to keep all the assault guys together, because if we want to use them on a target, it's better to have multiples go in and attack, rather than just one or even two. We do have the lieutenant, and he kind of counts as two almost, because he can attack twice if we jump in and then do a couple attacks. But I kind of prefer keeping them all together. Do have an action point, but we're just going to
They
overwatch.
will regret coming this close.
Same here. I don't expect anything to get that close. Now, we've got this tower kind of in the way. Let me bring up you first. Let's sneak on over. Before I do anything, turn and look that way. Okay. See, I'm seeing most of the way to the edge, but it's not all the way. Most likely the enemies are that way, though. Well, I say that, but the last few missions have kind of proved otherwise. So we can kind of move around. Alright, let's advance.
Moving into position.
I don't know that I'm going to see anything.
For the Imperium!
Don't like going too far. Alright, you're gonna move in, we'll do a double overwatch there. Three's optimal, we'll go at the 4. 4 is optimal here, we'll stick to 4 here, I think. We've got them covering that side. I could add an overwatch out to the flank, or even out on the edge. It's not the worst idea. At least have somebody looking that way. And
Overwatch.
they can take an okay amount of damage before they would die or anything. And we've got our, medic here too. Alright, we're just going to add to the wall of fire on this side.
Overwatch.
Push it out a little further. Sanguinary Priest, I'll keep with the plasma guns. We might, if want to overcharge, then we can heal them. Or if somebody gets banged up, probably the plasma guns will be the main target. Okay, my center. I'm going to have a problem with this thing in the way. I think for now, I'm just going to shift. We'll have one kind of head this way, and the other two will take that side, because we already have this line of fire.
With strength.
Putting them out front, but they're tougher, and they've got cover. I can only really kind of see to the side. But we've got that pretty well covered. These two will have shift over a bit.
Not even death will stop me.
Anything? No. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to go too far out. We have some overwatches here, but not much.
My duty remains.
Go out a little further. Tech Marine will take the pillar. We'll watch this way, I guess. Okay, that's everybody. We've got the area fairly well covered, although my center's sticking out a little bit. But if anyone's going to take shots, I want them taking them. Okay, so that's back on the left. My left.
There can only be victory.
Yeah, I think they're just all back there. Alright, we've got kind of a leapfrog here, so we'll do that. See if we spot anything. Not yet.
Got it.
Further.
With speed.
A little further, still nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to move back then. We'll have some staggered overwatches.
Overwatch zone established.
Go out to the same range as them. Here's our 3. We'll push it out to 4 on the edge there. Alright. On this side, assault guys are out front, which isn't really their deal. But we can kind of use this as cover to advance under. So we'll have them sort of tuck in behind this. If they're out on the sides, they'll still have clear shots at us, but anything directly across will have some cover. So I'm just going to put all of you kind of out here. Move the plasma guns up over this way for Overwatch down there.
They will regret coming this close.
How far up do I want to go, though? Maximum I can go is here. So... yeah, I'll put them there, and we'll advance these two further. I'm gonna wait on them in case we spot something as I move.
We are the lords of the assault doctrine.
Yeah,
For
get you right in there.
Sanguinius. Ready to strike.
Alright, so we're gonna advance past. We're gonna advance. Oh, we're stuck here because of the rocks. Alright, we have to move over.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Forward.
Alright then. We'll go out there.
Destination confirmed.
Nothing. I can advance a little more. I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up here. Go out 4 there. Drop the Overwatch as well. Go out to 5.
Overwatch set.
What needs fixing?
Tech Marine, we're gonna stay directly on the Dreadnought. Alright, so we can advance here. We'll keep them in a line.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
We can move them out. We're pretty much... yeah, we can advance with the front, I guess.
For the Emperor.
Nothing. Yep, nothing. So yeah, we'll just Overwatch
Affirmative.
all over the place here. Do we want to put the plasma guns behind the other guys is the question here. I think we'll
Moving
keep
into
them
position.
on the edge for now. Again, I'm a little leery of the
Ready for recon.
flank here, but come zooming in to check. Alright, looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Let's go 5. Alright. Just set up our
Hellblasters
Overwatches.
awaiting target.
Go 5 as well. Other guys will go 4.
We are the sons of Sanguinius. Overwatch.
You can only go 2.
They shall not pass.
Okay, do I want to keep somebody looking to the flank? I think we're okay with this structure in the way. I could look backwards. Yeah, we could do that just in case. Kind of look back, covering the zone. So that's 3. Just to make sure nothing's going to come around the flank, come in behind us. Medic, we will
Of
stay
course.
with the plasma guns. Wait, I know you're not a medic. Or an apothecary, even though I call you that all the time.
They will
You're a
fear
sanguinary
to tread
priest.
close.
Alright, that's everybody. I'd like to see Dark Angels added to something like this. It'd be kind of interesting, since they're also another one of those chapters like the Blood Angels that have kind of unusual titles and composition. It'd be kind of interesting. Same with Space Wolves, although I think Space Wolves were in Sanctus Reach, I think. But they didn't have anything... well, they had some units that were a little crazy. More close combat stuff. We have seen nothing. But yeah, as opposed to like Ultramarines or something, or another faction or chapter that sticks to the Codex Astartes, it's kind of interesting to play around with some that are different. So like in this case, we have, you know, the Death Company and that kind of thing.
For the Emperor.
Gonna move out. So we've got this rock in the way. All right, nothing. Yeah, we'll advance up
We
at
can
least
handle
to
it.
there. Question is, do I want to go further? Not seeing anything.
Anti-grav ready.
Let's move up a bit. Oh, there we go. We've got some Tomb Blades. Anything else? I don't see anything else.
Got it.
There we go. Alright, we've got destroyers back there. I've got a decent shot at the Tomb Blades. I'll take it. Hey, we got one. And then I am going to duck back around this pillar. Okay. I'm gonna... I mean, it's not good because I'm behind my land speeder and it's gonna screw up my shots here a bit, but if they come around at me, I'd like to have a shot there. I'll stay on the edge here, in case there is something out that way. I've got all my assault guys ready to go. I can kind of push straight at him here with you guys. Can't get super close, but we can get in range. Yeah, screw it.
Strength.
Get in there.
Under fire.
Okay, I thought we would actually avoid the Overwatch because they were kind of looking that way. Holy crap. Alright, that's a lot of destroyers. So they have a ton of close combat troops back here. That's potentially a problem. I can get a free grenade off. It just isn't going to do much, but I might as well, because it doesn't take an action.
Closer, that I may kill you.
And it's a bad shot. I think I'd rather Overwatch close, but if the destroyers come in, we're just not going to do much damage to them is the problem. We could shoot at these guys. We're just not likely to do much. Tomb Blades would probably move in and take the shots. No matter what moves in and I shoot it, I'm not going to do much damage. Okay. Well. Let's put you here. We'll take a okay shot at the Tomb Blades.
Target acquired.
Well, I got one. Another one's pretty trashed. Good shooting. Alright, if we throw... Yeah, let's try to protect them. We'll put the Dreadnought up in front. We're just going to have all these destroyers come charge me like maniacs. This will probably take you out.
Opening fire.
There we go. And this does cost an action point. They're not close enough. This probably wouldn't do that much either, because they do have good armor. So we'll set up an Overwatch. We'll go point blank range.
Shall not pass.
It's kind of where they want to come to anyway. Do I have a command point? I do not. Well, I'm not a fan of that many destroyers hanging out over there.
Ready to strike.
So let's try to stop them from getting to the plasma gunners. We're further back. I do have all the assault squad guys too, but I think we'll just move them up and we'll wait, and then once they attack we can try to jump in and get angles where we're going to attack them where they can't hit me back, so jumping behind them and stuff. Tech Marine, I mean, I don't think they can get by me here. But they could attack me from an angle here because there's no terrain kind of protecting me. Tech Marine can do okay in close combat. The Necrons are actually kind of slow, so I don't think they can actually make it past to get to these guys anyway. So I think this will be safe. I always overestimate how far they can move, but the Necrons are actually fairly slow, except for the teleporting units.
I'll keep an eye out.
So we'll watch that.
On Balfora I was born.
We'll even
And
throw
should
the
Emperor
lieutenant
win it,
forward here.
On Balfora I will die.
Could make him a bit of a target, but I think they're going to get hung up on these two out front.
I await their mistake.
Just try to overwatch like crazy. Alright. where can we get a little Overwatch as well? We'll just add a bunch of pistol Overwatches, although they won't do much. Not to these guys. But next turn we can jump and try to get in their rears. Do some damage that way. If we can get free shots on them with the chain swords, that'll help whittle them down. But there's a lot. 3 of them.
They will regret coming this close.
Okay, so that's everybody on this side. Over here, I think we bring the land speeder in. That's going to help us out. We've got one opposite there.
Battle line squad ready.
So I don't want to get that
Moving.
close. Probably here is as far as I want to go. So if you come this way, we'll try to do some damage. We'll put the plasma guns in the middle, have a better angle that way. We'll just set everybody up at range 4, which is optimal for them, not quite for everybody else.
Overwatch set.
So if they do come this direction, we'll have
We
some
are
good
the
damage
sons of Sanguinius.
before they get to me, hopefully.
Overwatch.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
And we'll hang out here. I could start making my way over, because possibly this aggressor squad's going to get trashed. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll still set up an Overwatch out this way, just in case. Alright, land speeder. I don't want to move in too close, just in case we get jumped. They probably, like this guy, I think he's only going to be able to make it to like here. I think they only have like a 4 or 5 movement, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. So as long as I'm not too close, I think I'm okay. So I could set up like an angled Overwatch here.
Got
I
it.
think that'll be alright. It's out to 4. And you can kind of watch the flank for me here, at least straight, if nothing else. If not, the other angle. Let me look. Yeah, we're not seeing anything, so... we'll just look ahead. Alright, well, we've got plenty of Overwatches for them to walk into, but it's not going to do that much, just because they're fairly tough. This might be all they've got left. Okay, we'll have some Overwatches. Yeah, not doing that much. Ooh, 2 guys down, just like that. See if they're gonna come into range. Yeah, looks like it. Didn't even kill one of them. Alright, well, at least my guys didn't die, so we have an opportunity to try to survive this. I think... how badly banged up are you guys? Yeah, we'll just try to start over here, I think. If we can kill these guys without using the plasma guns, that would be nice. We could use the plasma guns there.
We fight and we die for the Imperium. Affirmative.
So I'll move in, we've got optimal range, we'll take a
Engaging the
shot.
enemy.
We should do okay damage. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Let's get out of the way for others to rotate in. I'll decide facing and stuff after we've done all our actions here, probably. Take him out. Nice. Good job. Didn't even need... Oh, yeah, we do. Say, we didn't even need all the intercessors, and then he gets back up. Yeah, if I could do this, keeping the land speeder and the plasma guns to shoot out to the left,
We are the
that would
sons
be
of
nice.
Sanguinius.
Get optimal range. Try to gun you down. Okay. Getting up. Doesn't look like it. Alright.
Fire support.
So we want to be at like range 4.
Moving into position.
We'll light up the guys in the front. If we can clear him, we can move the aggressor back and I could heal him. I was just thinking I could overcharge if I wanted to, but I don't think we'll need to. Okay, not bad, not fantastic, but not bad. Alright, land speeder. I want you... Also get optimal shots off. Well, we whittled down the toughest one, so that does help. So how do we want to proceed? We could assault jump back behind these guys, but we could only get... If they're facing forward, we could actually have 3 guys attack them. One of them being the lieutenant. So I could just go for punching here. To try to take out these front guys. Yeah, let's do that.
Death to all
Go
who
in.
oppose me.
Smacking. Alright, unfortunately 2 of them survived. But they're almost dead.
Affirmative.
I could even potentially use, like, the Tech Marines pistol shots might be enough. I don't think so, though. We could move up and punch. I think that would be fine. If we kill them, they don't get a chance to counterattack, so, yeah, we just go for the kill.
Crush the enemies of the Imperium!
Nope. Alright, that's it. Didn't even have to finish off the last unit. So we didn't lose anybody, although the aggressors there in the front got pretty trashed. We managed to pull out the win without any losses. So my options are still pretty open. We could push for that 200 territory, or we can still go for killing the Necron position. So just taking them out of the campaign. The Necrons and the Tyranids should fight each other. I'm hoping that's what they'll do, but I'm closer to the Necrons, so probably they would attack my position that I have adjacent to their base on their turn. Like, most likely that's what's going to happen. Yeah, we could upgrade HQ, but I think grabbing territories is way more important. So yeah, there's the 200 point here, or we take the rush at the base. I do feel like the Necrons are more dangerous in the long run, as they unlock more units and they get more points. Tyranids, like, I'm more familiar with them. I think we can handle them a little better. The Necrons, some of their better units, when they start getting up to, like, the snipers and stuff, and some of their other more, better, more powerful units, they're really nasty and hard to deal with. So, as much as I hate to give these guys an advantage in points by letting them grab this 200 point territory, I might have to let them take it. And just knock out the Necrons. But that's a problem for future me. Present me, we're done. So we'll finish up here. We'll come back next time, and I'll have to make a decision again whether we're going to kill them off. So I do have about a 400 point advantage on them because they're going to get some reinforcements for that. So it is really good timing that they are quite a bit lower than me. My army's rolling along pretty well. I'm torn. I'm really torn. I kind of want to see them fighting each other a little bit, and I'd like to grab as many of the point territories as I can before things kind of escalate. And I'm assuming it's like it was before. Yeah, so you can kind of see the territories that I've grabbed. The territories that give you points have kind of this little weird structure or bunker, but once you've taken them, it's gone. So I feel like grabbing those, if I then lose the territory afterwards, I don't lose anything. I don't lose the points that I've added. So it's really a matter of permanently depriving them of 200 points and permanently giving myself 200 points in addition, rather than just knocking out a faction at the moment that I could probably knock out next time anyway. But what I'd like to do, really, like to do HQ upgrades, build up my army to the max, then try to go for killing somebody off. But that's, 2 actions, one for the HQ upgrade, one for the reinforce to get the army up. So that's a whole turn of doing nothing other than probably being attacked. So potentially we could do that if we take this, get 200 points, let them do whatever they're going to do. I mean, he's definitely going to reinforce first before doing anything. And then probably attack me somewhere, maybe this territory. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a quandary. Yeah, it's a bit more interesting with this campaign, the way that they've added in the upgrades for the HQ and the tech. I think that helps a lot. It adds more stuff to do on your turn. But I'm curious how, could you just rush the whole thing with a basic army and just never do the HQ upgrades? Maybe with certain factions, I think Necrons might be able to do it. I don't know if Tyranids could do it, depending on what they start with. But yeah, it's been an interesting look at the way that they've changed this campaign. It's much, much, much better. The maps are better. The variety of enemies you fight is much better. All that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. This has been more Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. I'm Disturbing Puppet. Hopefully I will see you next time. Until then, have a good one.